I It is 7:59 p.m. and today is Thursday. Today is Thursday, August the 18th, 2022. You know, if you've ever heard the other episodes on my podcast, I've always talked about an individual, a specific female, a woman, right? And I can't express to you how much I dislike her. I want you to just imagine and envision someone that feeds off of your misery and your suffering. And that is who she is, I didn't have a good time at the gym today. As I was leaving home, as I was leaving here, I had on I had my phone and I had on my headphones, and not I alone, but there, I try to pump myself up before I go to the gym, And when I'm working out, I like to listen to music, and she knows this. This is what happens when you have, you can call her an energy vampire, but she's just a very, very toxic individual that feeds off of drama and chaos in people's lives, known her almost 20 years, so I've been having to deal with this, I wrote it on my phone. It's always one thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another. And what makes her so toxic is that she uses other people to harass me, So like the guy upstairs, I wrote it on my phone. Listen, I wrote it on my phone, right? All night long. He's like renovating, making her moving, pushing, slamming furniture. I'm just like, don't you work? You don't go anywhere? I'm thinking to myself, right? Like, or do you know it's because of me that's below you that but how does he know how does he know who I am? Everywhere I go, she's giving people my information, telling people who I am. That is my anger with her. That is my issue with this woman. You understand? That is my issue. Couldn't go to the gym this morning. I had to double back. I don't like to be harassed, and for her, because she wants me to do what she wants me to do, which is podcasts. Now I'm not going to podcast because I'm irritated. I am absolutely irritated because she's going through other parties to instigate me to podcast. Do you see how I'm feeling? I don't like to feel this way. I don't like to be this way. When I first came to check out this apartment, I erroneously thought that I was on the top floor. I did not know that there was somebody above me. She kept turning off my phone when I was going to the gym. Kept starting over and over. I had my workout music on, This is what happens when you have someone in your life. She's not really in my life because, there's nothing. But when someone is technology, driven, there are so much things that you can do with a cell phone now, remotely. They don't even have to have their hands on your phone. All you need to do is know your number. and they can clone it and they can do whatever they want to do with it from there. So now he makes noise, but now he's making noise with his music. Right? Now he's making noise with his music. Do you understand? This is why I always feel that I have to get away, That's my feeling, right? I know that when I move from here, I don't even want to go in another apartment. Because why? She's going to tell people who I am. Every fucking where I go, she talks. But she doesn't talk. It's always on social media, Anytime I'm just peaceful. You see, she has gotten it in her head, and the pastors have put it in her head to keep me uncomfortable. Yeah, I forgot what the pastor said. Uncomfortability breeds creativity or anything, and she's gotten it in her head that it's her duty to somehow keep me uncomfortable. Well, I'm already uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable in a fucking room. I don't have my own place, but I'm trying to make the best of it as I can. Anyways, the other roommate isn't in. And, we have been talking about how it is we cannot trip the breakers, right? Because, of course, ever since I moved in here, seemed that when I put my AC on, the breakers are tripping and stuff like that. But then, after a while, it wasn't. So when I put my AC on, I would make sure that the kitchen AC was off and everything was okay for a while, right? But right now, the other roommate isn't in. Okay? So the one next to me is. And at about 7:15, 7:16, the breaker started tripping. The lights in my room started going out. The first time I went out, she came right behind of me and said, what's going on? Well, she says, did you get it? Because I guess whatever she was doing, she knew that she tripped the breakers, right? When the breakers trip, usually it's just my room goes out and some lights in the other roommates, in her room goes out. So I'm in my bed laying here. Of course, the toxic one knows. You see, I don't know what it is, but a lot of toxic women are drawn to me, right? And to me, that's a problem. Because the guy upstairs, do you hear him? He's stomping right now. Hold on. That's him. Yeah. Do you know why he's able to do that? Because he has a connection to my phone and he's listening. So you must understand how I'm feeling, right? There are people that she has given my information to that are around me. And what do people do? You know the era that we're living in now, right? That people will do anything for attention. It does not matter. They just want that 15 seconds of fame or whatever you would call it. I have a lot of these kinds of people around me. But there's no reason for him to be stomping like that at this. You think it's a coincidence that I'm doing a podcast and he starts stomping and he lowers his music? How does this man upstairs know my number? How? How is he able to tap into my phone? You could understand my frustration. You could understand this happens every freaking where I go. You understand? And I know to myself, I need to get away. I need to be away and be by myself where I have no neighbors. That I can just be myself, and I can't do that around people that know who I am and what I do. Case in point, the breaker tripped about 3 times within the last 20 minutes. The one right next to me, the young one, I don't know what she plugged in, what was happening, but it shouldn't have happened. Why? The AC isn't on in the kitchen, and the other roommate isn't here, so I don't think her AC is on. So something is happening. So it happened the first time. She comes behind of me. I'm just like, she said, "You got it?" I said, "Yeah, I already flicked it." It happened again the second time. I went out there. I flicked it back. Now, mind you, it's only me and her there. Me and her in the apartment together. There's no reason the breaker should be tripping. So the third time it happened. So you see, when I went out to do the breaker the first time, the whole strip of the breaker box came out. It came off. When I put it back, there was a spark. The third time it happened, I don't think I had anything on, right? I don't think I had anything on. And I went out there, and she said it shocked her. So she said it went out again. And I went to the breaker box, and I saw that my breaker box, my switch unit was loosened. She loosened it, right? Because remember, I said that the first time I went out there, something that had never happened before, right? When I flicked my breaker back, when I flicked it back to the on position, the whole thing came out. I pushed it back in, and that's when I saw the spark. The third time it happened. So when she went out there, she loosened it. She loosened it. I put it back, and I told her, because I know what's happening, right? You have to understand something, what's being done to me by this individual, right? Sometimes people do things just to antagonize me and try to get me to do what I'm doing now. And I don't like to be this way. And the reason that I share these things is because maybe you will be able to glean something from it. That it would somehow be able to make your life better. Or maybe even to understand that you're not the only one who's going through something. You feel me? It's why I share a lot of my experiences and my life. I don't share everything. You may think that, but then again, I share what I want to share. I told the young girl, I said, "Listen, I know what's going on." I said, "Please do not listen to social media, because I know